Google 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
Hey everyone, welcome to DJ's Aviation. In today's video, I wanted to discuss the A350 and a potential new fault with the engines fitted onto it. It is quite a common occurrence for airplanes to make emergency landings, and multiple of these can occur every day or sometimes even every hour. For the most part, these are medical emergencies, but very rarely and thankfully are they extremely serious. This isn't the case with what I'll be outlining today. Once again, Rolls-Royce will be facing the fierce storm of the media as one of Rolls-Royce's newest engines, the Trent XWB, that helps get the A350 in the skies, shut down mid-flight on board an Iberia service. The flight was from New York to Madrid and made an emergency landing in Boston, after, according to many, one of the two engines went through a shutdown initiated by the pilots on board. Immediately after news broke of this incident, shares in Rolls-Royce fell, and now the question is being brought up that is this the newest problem with engines within the aviation industry, and are other Trent XWB engines on board the A350 now at the risk of having shutdowns or being needed to shut down mid-flight? It's a very valid question when you think about it, because something very similar actually occurred with Pratt & Whitney with their engines on board the A320neo. It was reported that one suffered a failure and then it progressively spread to other aircraft. If this does occur, many will probably say that it'll be hitting the nail in the coffin for Rolls-Royce and actually powering aircraft, especially after the year-long troubles with their Trent 1000s. This is in regards to these Trent 1000s facing cracking inside the engines and key parts wearing out, which have been the causes of the issues. Since the emergency landing, there have been many mixed messages, with some saying we should definitely panic, and others saying, while the incident was extremely embarrassing for Rolls-Royce, there's no need to overreact, as this was not on the scale of the Trent 1000 problems. My take, well, I think we need to wait and see. While this sure wasn't ideal, if something like this does occur again, or a general problem is actually found during regular inspections, then I believe it's time to really start questioning the procedure when it comes to receiving supplies, building the engines, and more, because at this point we're just seeing difficulties with engines far too often, and often they aren't just isolated incidents, they eventually spread to different batches. It's worth noting that members of the Rolls-Royce team that helped build the Trent 1000 have said that their Trent XWB is on another level to those that feature on the 787s, and therefore are not at the same risk as their sister engine. Whether this will be the case, we'll definitely have to wait and see. I'll proceed now to give a brief rundown on the Trent XWB. The engine is the 6th generation in the Rolls-Royce engines and offers its value through innovation. Rolls-Royce outline on their website that it's the world's most efficient large aero engine. Taken from the website, they further say, drawing on our unique 3-shaft design, advanced materials, and the latest fan system technology, the Trent XWB balances fuel efficiency and life cycle costs, while delivering weight savings and improved aerodynamics, adding, with 15% fuel consumption advantage over the original Trent engine, it hits current and future emission targets, goes further on less fuel, and offers world-beating performance and noise levels. In regards to the performance of the engine and benefits to it, Rolls-Royce further outlined a $2.9 million saving per year per aircraft on fuel alone through selecting this. The commitment to the engines stand at over 1,600, and there is a total of 50,000 horsepower generated by 68 high-pressure turbine blades. Ultimately though, I do cross my fingers that we won't be seeing any further problems with the Trent XWB engines. However, I don't believe I can say 100% that it won't happen again or something won't be found. Regardless, I would assume that Rolls-Royce officials and engineers may potentially be inspecting the engine in question and analysing if the problem is isolated or that it could actually be a fault with the specific package like what we saw on the Trent 1000 engines. If so, at the very least, Rolls-Royce might be able to call in the engines for inspection before another incident occurs mid-flight. Sure, this would have a great impact on airlines that operate with the Trent XWB and the A350 in general, but it might just be the safest option. What are your opinions on the incident, and do you believe there may be a reason for concern with the Trent XWB engines? I'd be very interested to hear your take on it in the comment section below. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning into this video of mine. I do look forward to you all joining me in the next one.
Race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly.